So many
Mm.
times a homeowner, when they have humidity issues or dehumidification issues in the wintertime, they're like, oh, got to get a humidifier. And they'll put one on and it still won't humidify the space. Oftentimes you're fighting a building problem with that case, if that's the case.
Mhm.
Now, an interaction that'll happen with that is that moist air is going somewhere. And if you have leaks between the inside of the building and your wall cavities, it can actually push that moist air out. And that can be a really bad thing for building
Mm.
durability. You could actually reach what's called dew point when the moisture in the air starts to condense. Think of a glass of iced tea outside on a hot summer day. That
Yeah.
moisture starts to condense. That can happen in your walls in the winter. We
On
have
the
seen
inside of your
insulation get
walls,
wet
on the inside of the wall
on the
cavity.
inside, and you'll never see it.
Yeah. So like I'm just imagining, so like if you've got electric outlets on your exterior wall and you took that faceplate off of there's going to
Yes.
be a gap around that little electric box where it meets the drywall or the plaster or whatever. And if you have a bunch of warm air that's moist inside and it leaks out in between that gap where the electric box meets the drywall, it can basically hit the interior surface of that exterior sheathing
Yep.
inside the wall cavity. And I've actually seen that happen more often in new construction houses,
Yes.
especially in basements that are not finished basements. In Kentucky, for whatever reason, they don't enforce nearly enough a code requirement that states that you have to have an air barrier in front of the insulation in a walkout basement. So you have a frame part of the basement that's the walkout portion of it. Most of the time, they're just using fiberglass insulation. Sometimes you'll see them put like Tyvek up over top of that, but it's not sealed. Sometimes, God forbid, you'll see plastic put up over top of that, which you do not want to do in our climate zone.
No.
But what happens if there's nothing, even if there is Tyvek on there and they don't seal all the seams, that moisture and the heat from inside the basement will move past that material, go
Yes.
through that fiberglass because it's porous and hit the interior side of the OSB and just start sweating down the
Yeah.
wall. And I've seen frost and ice form in
Yes.
new houses, especially when the ones that have, some of these production builders around here like to use that really thin, reflective sheathing that's almost like thermopan instead of
Yeah.
using OSB. And that has absolutely no like R value to it. So it gets super cold in the wintertime. And if you have vinyl siding on the outside of that and then no air barrier on the interior side, you are asking for all kinds of moisture
Yeah.
and eventually mold growth, microbial growth. It's just a bad scenario. So anybody that's watching this, if you bought a production built home by one of these large builders and you have an unfinished basement, I would challenge you this wintertime to go down to your basement. Don't want to scare you, but you need to be aware of this.
Yeah.
Go down to your basement, pull the insulation back if you can, and see if it's moist on that wood surface or on that, I can't remember what the term is. It's not thermopan, but whatever that sheathing material is. And if it is, you're unfortunately probably going to have to wait until a warmer part of the year when it's not as cold. You don't have this humidity inside your house hitting that where you can actually remedy this problem and then put drywall up or rip it out and put foam in there or something else. Like you have to have an air barrier that works properly for that to not happen.
Yeah. And another common thing that you'll see in production builds is in those basements is they will put supply registers down there to blow conditioned air into the basement,
Yeah.
and they won't put any returns.
Yeah.
So that accelerates what the exact problem that you're talking about, Eric. It speeds it up. Another thing that happens in a lot of newer residential production homes is they have to meet ventilation standards. And the cheapest way that they often do that is using just a residential exhaust fan, running
Yep.
it nonstop.
Yep.
So if you have found that you had humidity issues in the summertime, if you've got a really dry house and it's cold outside, make sure your exhaust fans aren't running nonstop because it's
Yeah.
pulling that air in from wherever it can get it. And one of the first rules of airflow is it takes the path of least resistance. Whatever's the easiest pathways for it to come into a house, that's how it's going to come in.